Hello there, my name is Wycliffe, and today I want to talk to you about what is called activity-based budget. Budgeting is a very important component of fundraising because donors always inevitably fund budgets that are realistic, that addresses the demands of the problems. Actually, whenever you're looking at budget, you should budget the activities because the execution of the activities will lead you to the achievement of the outputs, and the output will give you the objectives, and the objectives will ultimately lead to the outcomes and finally the goal of the projects. So how do you make an activity-based budget? And number one, things have changed in the recent past from a general budget to activity-based budget. Before, people used to make a generic budget. For example, if an M&E officer is going to be involved in the project, you just develop a budget that covers the entire salary of an M&E officer. But now donors want it to be structured in a way that the component of M&E only covers the aspect or the amount of time that the M&E officer will commit in the project. That is why we say in the budget that the salary of M&E officer is maybe 5,000 US dollar per month, but he or she will be committing only 30% of her time in this particular project. So we pay 30% of his or her total salary. Now, that is actually the basis of what we call the activity-based budget. So the activity-based budget means that you generate a budget that will only support the activities of the project insofar as achieving the project outcome is concerned. So whenever you are generating a budget, ensure that when you have to pay the project manager full-time, pay him the entire amount. If the finance and admin manager is going to be involved in the project, you can't pay him the entire salary because he is not fully involved in the project. So what we do is that we pay him 30% or less, depending on the amount of time he or she is going to commit in the budget, in the project. The other payments should align with the project activities. Never ever pay something that is not going to be fully aligned to the project. If you are to pay the administrative cost, the rent, the utilities, the administrative costs, the indirect costs, ensure that the amount you are paying commensurate to the project. You cannot take one project and pay the entire rent of the project for an organization that is already existing. That one is an X, and as the review panel have been a review panel, that is an X. So ensure that whenever you're making an activity budget, pay only a small component for a component or a budget head that is existing without the project, the rent, the M&E officer, the project director, but also pay 100% the guys who will be fully involved in the project. For example, the project manager, the field manager, community mobilizer, and the rest, and so on and so forth. So that is the essence of what is called activity-based budget. Making a budget that only addresses the specific needs of the project you are currently seeking to implement from the donor. And all shall be well. If you do it properly, it is easy to learn over and over again. And after you develop a template, especially after the first project goes through, then it is easy to pick that component of knowledge from that project and work from there henceforth. So thank you so much. See you in the next video. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe, click the notification bell, and you will get all the notification of any subsequent video about NGO fundraising. Thank you so much, and see you next time.